fucking day. What a week. We've got the PGA Championship right in our face. KH Lee wins back-to-back, and we're going to go over it all for you guys here on Big Drive Energy. I am at Big Drive Spence, your host, with my brother Mitchell, Big Drive Mitch. What's up, dude? We've got some fun stuff to talk about, but first, how was your week? So last time we did this pod, Tuesday, last week, the Avs had just completed the clean sweep of the Nashville Predators, and we were like excited for some hockey, and we finally get it back. Finally tonight, we get some Avs hockey back. It's been a full fucking week. I feel like the season was over.
I know.
And then we get this like rebirth.
Do you know what I said that I think is actually true? Because everything I say is true. It felt like the last time the Avs played, it was spring, and now it's summer. Right? Like
that's a great point.
I said that on Tuesday. You probably just didn't listen.
No, I was listening, but I kind of tune shit out that you say.
I know.
Like,
so much comes out of here that like eventually you just got to tune some of it out.
It's too much for one human to fully take in, to be honest with you. It's just like you can only handle so much Mitchell in one day.
There's a lot of me to go around. So.
Yeah, and we had a hell of a day at work. We had the fucking
Senior Open,
so you can imagine how that was. And it's pretty funny because the guys give me shit. So we have this older member. His name's Dave. Nicest guy in the world. Can't hear for fuck. And so when he comes in,
Spencer just gets in his face,
dude.
Like I'm not gonna yell into the mic, but Dave looks at me. He's like, "What?" Like
I'm like, "Dave Skins," and he's like, "Huh?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, dude."
Definitely a hearing issue in general today.
With everyone.
Yeah.
And then we had a lady cramping up super hard. She was like,
she almost went down.
Yeah, and some other guy's running out to his truck to grab his bottle of meds. Like, that's the only shit you see at a fucking senior event.
We should have just had a medication table on the turn. Just free meds.
Well, we'll get to that at the end. So at the end of this live show, if you're listening to the podcast version of it, we have a interview with Matt Walker, who is the I fucked that up yesterday. He's the
head
manager. Chicken family manager.
You know it.
If you don't watch Impractical Jokers, start watching it. But he is the manager of the Colorado Golf Association, like director and player. Basically, he does a lot of the stuff for the members of the...
He coordinates like member events and member, what is that called? None of us, we're just fumble fucking the whole thing.
He basically just coordinates things for all the CGA members as far as, and he's like the one that promotes the CGA, and he's out there like getting the CGA's name out, but then doing stuff for the members of the CGA.
Like super cool stuff. Like, so we played, today's Tuesday, we played Cherry Creek Country Club yesterday, and it was awesome. Like, I've never played out there. And Spencer and I get the opportunity to play some different places because we were pros, but a lot of those people, unless you know a member, you have no chance of getting on there. So we get into that with him, but really cool dude, really, really nice guy. And I mean, they've got some killer tracks that you can go play through the CGA member play days. So
yeah, and we get into all of that. Like I said, if you're listening to the podcast, interview will be at the end of this. If you're watching the live show right now or tuning in, and join us every Tuesday. We're here every single Tuesday. We talked about it last week, right around 4, 5 sometimes, depending upon what we got going on, and it's always about 15 minutes later than we say it's going to be.
Traffic wasn't that bad today.
We're like fashionably late, but I was late getting out of there. I fucked up the registers at the course. It was a kind of complete joke all around. The Skins...
They're letting the inmates run the prison there, I swear to God.
We just got bent all day with the fucking... people giving us $100, and then the Skins were $7, so we're trying to pay out... We ran out of $5 bills. I'm sending Mitchell to the fucking bank after work. It's
nobody wants to hear all our problems. So
well, no,
just drink your beer. Shut the fuck up.
This is not a beer. So this is the Spencey special. It's when you're feeling a little tired, but you also want to start your drinking night. So it's a Good Company Apple Pear Seltzy. Shout out Breck Brew. And a sugar-free Red Bull.
We should name this podcast "How Many Topics Can We Touch On in 10 Minutes?" So I think we've touched on about 6 or 7.
We have. So why don't we talk about a little golf? I mean, that's kind of the point of the show.
So KH Lee.
First
things first.
Fuck me. Every time, there's betting remorse all over the place. But every goddamn time a guy wins the same tournament back-to-back years and you don't bet on him, it feels like a loss.
Yeah, well, and it's one of those things where it's tough. It's really tough to win back-to-back weeks, and it's really tough to win at the same course twice in a row, like no matter if it's a year apart, whatever. especially because you don't know what kind of shape the dude's game is in. Like they could be having a really good year last year, they're having a down year this year, but it's kind of a horses for courses thing. So I do regret not picking him. I had Ryan Palmer as a long shot, I think plus 6,000, 8,000.
Oh, we were
some ungodly amount,
plus 8,000.
And what's really starting to piss me off is my long shots are doing better than my regular picks. Like, I just need to start taking my long shot, and instead of betting them to win, just bet them to top 10. Because the odds are probably like close to plus 1,000. I mean, if you're plus 8,000 to win, you got to be plus 1,000 or greater to top 10. So I just need to start doing that because that shit's pissing me off. And he had it like in his clutches coming down. What'd you say? He kind of stumbled on Saturday.
Yeah, so Saturday
he was in the lead like midway through the round Saturday.
And he finished 16, 17, 18, 3 over. He went bogey, par, or correction. He went double on 16, par on 17, bogey on 18. So he was 3 over. Basically lost the. I mean, he ended up losing by 4 shots. So it changes the whole look of Sunday for him if he doesn't make that doesn't stumble down the stretch on Saturday.
Ugh.
Fucking Ryan Palmer. Never betting on him again. He's on our blacklist. But so KH Lee wins back to back. And kind of a funny story about KH Lee that's going to lead us into one of our topics for today is the sexiest PGA Tour players. And so KH Lee came out and said, I don't care about being...
He said, I want to be like the best golfer in the world, and I want to be the sexiest golfer in the world.
And, I mean, I'm sure...
I think one of those is attainable.
I'm sure there's a market there for KH Lee. Not my kind of guy.
Not your cup of tea?
Not my kind of dude. No,
okay.
I have a very strict criteria for judging what males look like.
Okay.
And I'm not
very specific.
It's very specific, yes. And I will straight up tell a dude to his face, "You're a fucking man rocket."
Yeah, I have no problem with that.
no problem with that at all. And people like give me shit for like how I look. Like, I know I don't look good. That's the thing. You
can't hurt me.
Yeah, people
I already
like talk
it.
shit to me like when like some dude will, if some guy's like puffing up his chest and is talking shit and he's like, well, look at your fucking hair, look at your beard, you look like Abraham Lincoln. This may all be Mitchell, by the way. I'm like, listen, I don't give a fuck. I grow this beard so that no one can see my 6 chins, and this hair is me now. I just can't get rid of it. I don't know.
Spencer's personality is his hair. He does not have anything else other than his hair.
It's wild and free and runs a little.
You look like a stray horse.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I could live with that.
Yeah, it's not. It would be really weird to see you without like the hair coming out of the back at this point. And the worst thing is, real quick about his hair, is he cuts it himself. So he always has these strays like around his ears.
Fucking self-made.
And I'm like, dude, I like sometimes I get a little too close to his face when we're working. I'm like, bro, you got to clean your ears up. Like,
yeah, he'll be fucking coming at me with the scissors at work, and I'm like, dude, this is not the place.
You got a couple right now. I can see him from here.
This is not the time or the place, Kevin.
So many people we work with think we're fucking weirdos.
Oh, absolutely.
And we run the joint, which is weird too. It's sad.
Not well.
Oh, we're keeping our heads above water.
Yeah, we're floating.
Put it that way.
We're fucking treading water.
Okay, let's get into the. Like, we decided today that we want to talk about the sexiest golfers. We're going to keep it strictly PGA Tour, not getting into the LPGA, off limits today. We're talking about man missiles strictly. So, first thing I thought of, because I did a little research, which is kind of funny.
Were you like a male swimsuit edition?
No, but there's certain criteria. I wouldn't necessarily say it's specific to me, but I don't think there's a single English dude. Like, their fucking wooden teeth, their 1800s coffee booze teeth, like they don't have any personal hygiene. So right there, for me, you're out. Like, teeth are a big thing. That's part of my criteria.
Okay.
And just the general pastiness of all of them. Like, they all look like me, and I obviously don't look good. So
when you look at their pictures, like,
how far away from me can they look? Like, that's how I determine how good they look.
When you go to like PGAtour.com and then search down the photos of like active players, it just has like a headshot, and dude, like Matthew Fitzpatrick is whiter than his hat.
Yeah.
You know, like
Ian Poulter, Lee Westwood. Actually, Paul Casey's a pretty good-looking Englishman. I'd have to say and Henrik Stenson's pretty good-looking.
one of my top 3 best-looking guys on tour may or may not be English, so we'll have to find out.
That's weird.
No, it's not sad. He's a man rocket.
Okay.
All right, so
let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
Should we go top? I have more than 3.
Okay, well, I'll give you my top 3.
Okay.
And we'll toss it back and forth.
Okay.
All right, so number 3 for me, Englishman, like I just said. And so I'll admit my criteria when I look at a dude, if I look at a dude and he doesn't
You're pretty superficial.
I am. No, I will admit that. But if I look at a guy and he doesn't have a beard, like I'm out. I'm not attracted to him at all. And I'll fully admit that.
Okay.
I will because
the baby
this guy here has a pretty good beard, which sometimes gets a little out of control, which is even better for me. Grizzly fucking bear, I'm good. But his hair is something that just adds to it, and that's Tommy Fleetwood.
Okay.
His hair is so good, and
Dude.
he's got like a good-looking face, like a solid face, then he's got the like.
He's like Ratatouille, bro. What is that rat? What is the name of that rat?
Isn't it Ratatouille?
No, that's the name of the movie. I literally thought that rat's name was Ratatouille for 20 years.
Kale, we need an assist on this.
Do you know that rat's name?
Remy.
He's very like mousy in the face.
Okay.
And we're throwing stones from a glass house today, obviously. But yeah, don't get me wrong, the lettuce beard combo, top notch.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that's my criteria. We like what we like.
Yeah, let me live. It's 2022. Okay, so you're tossing it to me. I got to go old school here. Are we going PGA Tour players of all time?
Oh, you're getting into like DILFs.
Well, he's no longer alive, so that's...
wow. We're going like...
Arnold Palmer, like vintage Arnold Palmer, like with a cig hanging out of his mouth, hair slicked back, like super clean in the 60s. He was like the OG, like he could pull any woman in that clubhouse after the round. Guarantee it.
Yeah, well, that's also because he's Arnold Palmer. But I'll be straight up with you. Like, I'm honestly not sure... Look at Kale. He's already got it, but I'm honestly not sure what he even looked like.
But look at that.
Okay, great. I do kind of miss. I wish should PGA
like look at that. That's a man rocket. Look at that.
Okay,
that's a pimp. Like, how cool? Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta share the screen.
Okay, yeah. Please share that picture because that is exactly what I'm looking for.
That right there is got me 115 north.
That's got me at midnight right now. No, but did we get the older, like the picture with the cig hanging out of his mouth?
Yeah, it was on the screen.
Okay. God, dude, what a man rocket.
Okay.
Like that's an OG man rocket of golf.
I respect that because all I see now is like his leathery skin and gray hair.
Deceased.
I understand that, but
let's talk nicely.
But I think about like him in his last couple of years.
Oh yeah,
and
like when age did not treat him well. He those dudes never wore sunscreen. They smoked like 2 packs during their round. Probably drank like fish. It's basically like me, but not as good at golf and not as good looking.
Wait, you're better looking and better at golf, or
no,
vice versa?
Good God, no.
Okay,
but yeah, they live fast and loose back then. I fuck with that.
Yeah, that is a good looking dude.
Remember that steakhouse that I blacked out at in Phoenix?
Yeah,
that's like somewhere Arnold Palmer would go to.
Yes,
like you have Frank Sinatra like on the hi-fi. Fucking, he walks in there with a cig hanging out of his mouth, sitting at the bar like drinking a martini. Dude doesn't beat it.
That was a great place. What was that place called?
Duran's.
We went to Duran's.
We've already talked about me doing. I basically went face down at the table.
Fell asleep. $80 ribeye right in front of him, or filet mignon.
Spencer didn't even box it up for me.
No, we were out. I was too concerned with getting into our Ford Fiesta and fucking getting to the tournament the next day. All right, moving on to my second guy, and this is, this guy has the greatest what's the word I'm looking for here? Range. This dude is one of the ugliest dudes on tour without a beard, and one of the best looking, in my opinion, with a beard, and that's Lucas Glover. So Kale's going to pull up Lucas Glover for us here.
Yeah, I feel like you're reaching maybe a hair.
Okay, so let's click on that
Look at
picture
how
with him with the
goofy.
white shirt, or the white hat right there. Or, yeah, that. Like, this is not a good-looking dude, right? Not at all. Like, this is sad. Now, let's scroll down and see, yeah, beard. Here we go. Oh, my God. Now you're telling me that's not like a...
That's a
Look at that. Now, that picture in the middle right there is my kind of guy.
That's a great beard.
That is absolutely my kind of guy.
That is a great beard.
See? And what range? Because that dude looks horrible without a beard.
See, a beard covers up a lot.
Why do you think I'm rocking
Yeah,
this? And this right now also is the playoff beard, so this is not coming off until the Avs win the Stanley Cup, and then maybe another couple months after that. But that dude right there, good-looking dude with a beard.
I would agree. Here's another one for me. There's a few, like, if I'm being honest, there's way more ugly golfers than there is good-looking golfers.
Oh, dude, scrolling the...
Shout out Tom Hoagie. Pull up a picture of that dude. I've talked shit about him before, but I'm sorry, man. You're just not good-looking at all. Like, he needs veneers. He needs something, because it's a fucking bear trap in his mouth.
Yeah, just looking at the headshots on PGA
Yeah, it's
Tour.com
generally
right
not
now.
a good-looking group.
No.
So, but there is a few guys. So here is actually like kind of a man after my own heart, because he's thick, but he's so like badass, and I think he looks pretty damn good. Darren Clark. And talk about range. I think that dude's gone as low as like 190 pounds and probably up close to 3 bills, and he still pulls it off. Kale, can we get a picture of Darren Clark?
God, Mitchell's just straight with the old man energy right now.
Well, dude, 2 hours, yeah. Like, look at that.
Okay.
Look at the lettuce beard combo. I would pay. Yep, that looks familiar. I would pay for that hair and that beard.
Yeah, okay.
And look at that.
I feel
The
you.
silver fox.
Silver fox, and he's got it the whole way back, which is incredible.
Yeah, see, and then look how skinny he is there.
Oh man, he does have.
He's got range, bro, because he's thick now.
He's like that guy who came back from high school and was super thick, and then he went to college and ended up getting super fit, and you haven't seen him for like 6 months.
I went in the other direction. I weighed like 160 pounds when I was like 20.
Dude, I've seen pictures. Like, pictures have popped up of you in like
Fuck
high school.
off.
I'm literally like, it's not the same person.
Yeah,
it's
I know.
crazy, dude.
I was really young looking, and I was pretty thin, pretty in shape.
Now you're like a big bowl of oatmeal.
Yeah, I'm
super thick.
I'm like a fucking propane tank with ears on me.
Yeah.
I think I've probably said that before, but yeah, I'm fucking dense. Like, no wind is blowing me over.
No.
So Darren Clark, could you not admit?
Okay,
good looking dude.
I will admit that's a good one. I mean, I don't know when you're going to choose a dude that's under the age of 50.
I've got a couple of younger guys. Let's not make this weird here.
All right.
You go ahead and throw out another one.
All right, I'll give my best looking guy on tour, and everybody's going to know this name, know this face, Jason Day. He's just all around. Like,
he looks like an extra in Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Dude, you have so much. Look at that, dude.
That's
He's got the forearms.
There is an Australian
He's tan.
vibe.
He's got the beard. First of all, the Australian accent kicks him up 10 notches.
Yeah.
And you know, like,
he's fairly good looking. I wouldn't go I don't even think it goes without mentioning, but Adam Scott is obviously, he's not my favorite because he's super vanilla. He wears like the same sweater 4 days in a row at a golf tournament.
That's pretty legendary.
But he is a man rocket. Like, we would be remiss to not mention Adam Scott. Like you said, the Australian accent really gets us going. That I've heard. Do you know what I've heard? Is people in Australia love just like plain English.
Yeah, I told you that.
Like, you told me that?
Yeah.
When did you go to Australia?
I didn't go to Australia.
Dumbass.
In college, one of our friends' roommates was a girl who played on the basketball team who was from Australia, and she told us that. She's like, if you went to Australia, your accent, which we don't think
we feel like we don't
one.
have accents.
Yeah. They said that is extremely attractive in Australia.
Huh. So we feel the same way about them as they do about us.
Correct.
Cool.
It's a nice.
But yeah, Adam Scott's obviously on the list, but we're kind of he was kind of the chalk, like the number one. So we're gonna move on from him. Jason Day, not your best pick ever, but whatever. Maverick McNeely, good looking dude, went to Stanford. He just screams like my family has money. Oh, actually, good God, I remember him looking different.
Oh man.
Oh wow, what a rough scene.
All Mitchell's picks are null and void after that.
That's bad. That's bad. I know he dresses well because he's like, I think he's polo. Oh God, that picture's not horrible. Never mind, that's a wash. But the name is fire. That is a great name.
Yeah. Maybe the greatest name on tour. Maybe that's an entirely separate podcast.
That's a
idea.
Okay.
Look
Yeah.
at us just thinking on the spot.
Let me go again because that doesn't count. Matthew Wolf, good looking dude.
Yeah, I mean,
with a beard. That's a good looking guy.
I'll take that. I'll accept that.
Oh, look at his little modeling. Yeah.
Oh, he kind of looks like Ryan Reynolds in there.
Yeah, he's a little
Ryan Reynoldsy.
You put your finger on that for me because I was kind of wondering what celebrity he looked like. Well done.
If you look 1% like Ryan Reynolds, you're a rocket.
A man rocket. Yeah.
Oh, see, they even have a picture. Is that Ryan Reynolds or is that him?
I think that is him.
That's him.
That's
a man rocket.
That's straight up.
I get credibility back. Maverick McNeely looks like an alien.
Yeah.
But Maverick McNeely, good looking dude. Or I'm sorry, Matthew Wolf, good looking dude.
I will throw one.
Who's that alien from American Dad? That's kind of what Maverick McNeely gave me those vibes right there.
I didn't watch a ton of American Dad.
Kale, do you know what's the alien from American Dad?
I have not tried to ask.
Damn it.
Carl?
Some with an R. Roger. Yes. Roger. He kind of like, his head is like, sorry, I don't want to like just shit on Maverick McNeely here, but his head is like narrower here and just like triangles upward. Kind of a weird scenario. But yeah, Matthew Wolf, great pick by me. Credit to me. Do you have any more?
No. Well, no. I'd say
Dustin Johnson, did you already say DJ?
No, Dustin Johnson is my guy too. Dustin Johnson.
He's like that really good looking, stupid dude that is like,
Yeah, the ultimate jock look. He gets whatever he wants. I mean, he's married to Paulina Gretzky. Yeah, just
get that picture there. Picture right below with him and his wife. Oh, that's not a good picture of her.
It's like
I am so critical. That's a good one.
Yeah, you are the most critical human probably on the planet.
Yeah, I am just the most glass house, throwing the most stones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he has a great beard.
And that's my criteria. Like I said, Lucas Glover looks horrible without a beard. Not attractive at all. With a beard, I'm like, this guy probably fucks.
I've got one more guy, European tour guy. I think he's from Spain. Rafa Cabrera Bayo.
Okay.
Really good looking dude. Let's see if we can get a picture up. His wife is he's just got that kind of like...
He kind of looks like a hockey player.
Yeah, look, that's a man rocket.
Yeah, he's got the
great
hair
teeth,
flowing out.
Great hair, great beard. He's got like that skin color that I wish that I had that's not like...
The olive
paste.
skin.
Yeah, he's got that olivey, like great looking skin. Just a good looking guy.
You just constantly look like sunburnt.
I know, I'm always burnt. And I turn more red when I drink. I turn red if I even think about the sun. Yeah, I'm like very German I'm a fraud.
You are a fraud.
I'm very fraudulent. The one thing you have on me is your skin. You tan much better than I do. I just burn, you tan.
I got that great.
So credit where credit is due.
You got that great olive skin.
You do have pretty good skin.
All right.
Your face is erect, though.
My face is semi-erect. I will... Not erect. It's just erect.
Yeah.
Before we get into this week, PGA Championship. So first of all, we are going to be doing a live show here at the bar Sunday. I'm praying that we have a close tournament because we started doing live shows at the end of majors for about a year now, year and a half since kind of last year's Masters, since the November Masters of 2020.
I don't think we've had a good finish.
But we haven't had one good finish. So one of my bets that I'll get into on the DraftKings Sportsbook is a certain bet that will hopefully push. I bet to lose, and I bet against my heart. So hopefully this bet pushes my watching ability for this tournament and makes it close. So we're having a good time here right in these chairs. Sunday, tune in when the leaders get to about 15, 16. We're going to break it all down for you live and discuss the winner as he's crossing the quote-unquote finish line, finishing the 18th hole. But you can bet along with us at DraftKings Sportsbook, not only on the PGA Tour, but NBA playoffs are live in action right now, and DraftKings Sportsbook is an official sports betting partner of the NBA. All new customers can bet $5 on any team, and you get $150 in free bets if they do. Take the Boston Celtics when they get back home Game 3 against the Heat. Easy money. I think the Celtics win one of the first 2 games in Miami.
You think the Celtics beat the Heat?
I do in a 7-game series.
That's going to be a good
because I don't think the Celtics will lose at home. They are so deadly in the Garden.
Any Boston team is just good at home.
Yeah, and that's the only reason the Bruins lost that series against the Canes, because they couldn't win an away game.
Yeah.
And I think it's the same with the Celtics. So bet $5, new customers, and you're getting $150 in free bets if that team wins. If you want to turn a small bet, $5 if you will, if that's a small bet for you, into a huge payday, use the same game parlay. Flip that thing over to on, pick a bunch of different things. Jason Tatum to score a certain amount of points, Robert Williams to score a certain amount of points, Jimmy Butler to score a certain amount of points, Bam Adebayo to get a certain amount of rebounds, etc., etc. I can go on and on. You can do that with the same game parlays. Create it, and then you get a bigger payout with a small bet. All customers can place the same game parlay of 3 or more legs and get a free bet back with up to $25 if one leg doesn't hit. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use the promo code DNVR. You're betting $5, and you're winning $150 in free bets if that NBA team wins. Promo code DNVR at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older. Colorado only. New customers only. Minimum of a $5 deposit is required. Restrictions do apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. And if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. Something else we have is make sure you're getting in on some Manscaped. Now, yesterday, we played golf over at Cherry Creek.
I was chafing. I needed Manscaped yesterday. I didn't have it on me. Big mistake. But it's that time of year again. You're sweating. You need things that can help you keep it clean and not stinky. And that is Manscaped.
Yeah, so we have our code BDE. So that's once again B is in big, D is in drive, E is in energy. Code over at manscaped.com, and you get 20% off and free shipping. I'm telling you, I have all of these products. I have the Lawnmower 4.0. I have 2 of them. I have a face one, and I have an other area one. I have the crop mop. Great to just wipe on there, get it all out of there. The fucking Manscaped 4.0, the lawnmower, has a light on it. Incredible. You can shave and see everything that you're shaving right in front of it. So make sure you're headed over to manscaped.com. Use that promo code BDE, and you're going to get products like the lawnmower, the weed whacker, the crop preserver. And if you get the Performance Package 4.0, you're getting a free travel bag and some boxer briefs, which are extremely comfortable. I would show you guys, but this is a G-rated pot. Well, it's not G-rated, but
it's PG-13.
I think you get.
On ours,
I think you got to get paid. I got to get paid a little bit more in order to show my Manscaped boxers.
Yeah, Spencer would start bringing out all the excuses if he had to strip down, like, oh, it's cold in here, I get stage fright, wasn't ready. But the boxers make it look good.
All of the above. So let's talk a little PGA Championship. Southern Hills.
Place is
Oklahoma.
pure, dude.
It's really good.
Like,
a lot of the players
think of Oklahoma and you're like, ugh. Like, I just hear that state and I'm like, no, thank you.
The one time we've been to, or personally I've been to Oklahoma, was for our cousin Marshall's graduation. Horrible. Fucking complete
Yeah, it was
dump.
terrible. I think it was in the spring. Just brown, flat, shitty. That's why it's so inexpensive to live there. I think we could both buy mansions out there.
That is the one thing. Well, and so speaking of expenses, did you see the price list for the alcohol and the refreshments? And
they're absolutely bending people over at the beverage stand out there.
So if you guys hadn't seen it going around Twitter, they're charging $18 for a Miller Lite, or
well, yeah, like a
whatever
16-ounce beer.
Yeah, 16-ounce beer, $18. I mean, Coors Field is a joke.
I'd say and
it's worse than that.
Yeah.
You're paying $14, $15 at Coors Field for a tall boy, which at least lasts you 2 innings. I'm sure in Tulsa it's going to be hot. It's going to be muggy.
Yeah.
You're going to want a beer,
It's
and you're
kinda
going to spend
supply and-
$40 for 2 beers.
It's kind of supply and demand. Like, how bad do you want it? I also think a water's like $6. That's robbery. You could borderline sue them for that. Like, you're basically denying me a human right because I have to pay $6 for a bottle of water. I'm gonna die out in this country ass town out in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
So let's talk about a few of the storylines leading into it. First of all, Jordan Spieth, off a great week last week. He was heavily bet, quote unquote, on our weekly poll that we put out every Sunday morning of who's going to win. It was like 60% Spieth. Nobody else gave anybody any love. Field got a little bit of love, which KH Lee ended up coming back and winning from the field in that poll. But Jordan Spieth has a shot at the career Grand Slam with only 5 golfers ever reaching that feat. That's pretty crazy.
Considering, yeah, I mean, all things considered, it doesn't feel like he's had as good of a career as he has had, really. Like, he's probably 28 or 29 now, somewhere in that ballpark, and he's almost won every major. So, and like we've talked about, I think him playing well last week but not winning helped, because going back-to-back weeks is always tough. Still can't get over that whole practice swing. I just don't like watching the dude play, so I'm not necessarily going to root for him. I think our buddy James Beckett does that enough for everybody. And the biggest storyline is Phil Mickelson not playing after winning it last year at Kiowa, becoming the oldest major champion ever. And it was officially announced yesterday or 2 days ago he is pulled out. He's not playing, which just sucks. I mean, like, obviously, and I'm not saying his mistakes are okay, like, but he should at least play. And he can repent for what he said or whatever, make peace with the PGA Tour and say, I fucked up, I was wrong. But I don't know if he's just like doubling down on this. Actually, real quick on that subject with the whole Saudi Golf League, did you see they offered Jack Nicklaus over $100 million just to be like the lead spokesman for that tour? And he turned it down.
This money is crazy to me.
It's Saudi Arabian government, dude. Who knows? It's all fucked up. Like, it's not above board, I don't think. Let's put it that way. But yeah, just disappointing that Phil isn't in the field. He's still one of the most fun players to watch. I actually saw a snippet of him playing golf a couple weeks ago. I think at Southern Hills. Somebody like snapped a picture out there.
He was out there.
He is chonk now. He's back to chonk.
Heckin' chunk.
Like, he is eating his feelings. He is in his feels, and he is not on the fucking coffee diet. He's maybe coffee and a bear claw and a few other donuts and a cinnamon roll. Like, he's gone in a different direction, which I can relate to. Like, hand up, your weight can fluctuate, but fucking that dude is doing something else to himself, because he's gone in the wrong direction. Like, last year, look at him, wins the PGA, super fit. He's got those fucking aviators on, like he's about to go rule the world, like he's in Top Gun. And now he's just like plump and sad and off the PGA Tour, and just in a bad way, I think, all the way around. So I really like Phil. I think it sucks. And he probably would have missed the cut, shot like 88, whatever.
Which is what he doesn't want to do right now. He doesn't want to. No, you never want to do that on tour.
He's waiting to debut in the Saudi Golf League.
You just don't want to. You don't want to come out and end it like that, or be talked about like that.
I mean, he is technically, if he never plays another PGA Championship, he went out on top.
Correct.
Which is everybody's dream. So respect for that. But I don't think it was really like his choice.
So another story that I did see. Obviously, Tiger Woods is playing first time since the Masters. We're not going to get too much into that because Tiger Woods, we don't want Mitchell going off on some nonsense about him. But I will say this, that I did see...
He should win because he's got basically the fucking course mapped out
here
by
we go again.
Somebody else for him.
But there is a sports book out there, which will not be named because we are DraftKings Sportsbook people through and through. But they posted a story basically that said if Tiger Woods wins this, it will be the biggest loss in their history. Like a monumental loss in the PGA.
I think,
and I'm sure that
it was the same with the Masters.
Yeah.
Like some sports books say they've never taken as big a hit as they would if Tiger wins one of these majors, because he was the most heavily bet anyways, and then you throw these odds out there. I think he's plus 6,500. So you have $1 million people, $1 million bet. You're paying out $65 million. Like, that's a fucking grip.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you it's close to, I would say, 100 million, like, being bet on him at least throughout the nation. So, and he has one here. He won the 05.
07, I believe.
07, somewhere in that ballpark. He's won a major there, so he's got that going for him. But yeah, like, the odds are, but he's baiting, these sports books are all baiting people into betting him because the odds are so high. I almost think they're kind of like inflating him a little bit more to get more people to bet on him, because I don't think he's going to win. I mean, never count one of the best of all time, so I didn't say the GOAT. One of the greatest of all time, you don't count him out, but I think they're trying to entice people to bet him.
Oh, 100%. And so our bets, we're going to give you guys our bets for this week. So Scotty Scheffler is a pick this week that we're not going to officially take, but it's like hitting on 16 at the blackjack table. If you do it, if you've been betting Scheffler, do it. I have not been betting Scheffler, as that is well posted on this podcast and been said multiple times. So don't bet on Scheffler if you haven't been. If you have been, ride it. This is like perfect for him to win again. And I'll just say that now, so that if he does win, we're going to post this on the pod next week or post it on Instagram, whatever. But the Southern Hills got a little bit of a redesign in 2018-19. The first
By Tom Doak, right?
It is Gil Hanse and Jim Wagner.
Gil Hanse, I'm sorry,
They
not
basically
Doak.
changed it a ton, took out a lot of trees, made the rough just over 2 inches, so it's not that penal.
But it is Bermuda rough, so everything just sits straight down.
Yeah, so
and we know what Bermuda rough is like. It's not fucking fun.
No, it's not.
Especially
fun at all.
like, no offense, but you kind of sweep it a little bit more. You'd be hosed. Like,
I'd shoot 150 here.
You'd be hitting your irons like head high, probably rolling it up to these greens. And so I did a little bit of research on the course. The greens are very like mounded. There's a lot of false fronts.
Pretty small.
There's
only
a lot
like
of runoffs.
100 square feet on average.
That's relative. That's like 5 times the size of my house. Just kidding, like 3 times. But yeah, they're not huge greens. They're very undulating. There's a lot of runoff. It's going to play fast. And the number one thing that, I mean, I read a couple of different things from tour guys. I mean, it sounds obvious. It's a major championship, but hitting fairways, because I guess out there in the rough, you have no chance at getting your approach shot close from the rough. You're probably scrambling for par at that point if you drive in the rough. So that's not a good sign. Secondly, I guess there's a lot of subtle small ridges in these greens that you need to be in the right area to putt from. So your ball striking has to be on point this week. And you gotta hit fairways, gotta hit greens. I sound like fucking John Madden. But to win a major, you gotta hit the fairway, you gotta hit the green. It's not that obvious. Like, what I feel like the guys that hit the fairways are gonna give themselves, if they're not making birdies, they're at least making a lot of pars, and a lot of pars is a good thing in a major week.
Exactly. Well, the last tournament that was hosted at Southern Hills was the Senior PGA Championship in 2021, and playing a par 70 at just under 6,900 yards, just around 6,900 yards, only 7 players broke par. I understand it's a senior event, but that just goes to show that this is a pretty tough track.
Well, and they play it from 7,400 all the way back.
Yeah.
So par 70, 7,400 sea level, it's nothing to scoff at.
No. So let's get into our picks. All right, we're each going to take a winner. I've got a prop for you guys. Mitchell's got a prop for you guys, and we both have a top 10. So my winner this week, guys, just been playing such great golf. Can't stay away from him this week after he should have probably won last week. I'm glad he didn't now, because I was just waiting for him to play well and then not well enough to win, and Justin Thomas. And he is plus 1,800 on the DraftKings Sportsbook to win.
We need to change the graphic. I read it somehow at plus 1,200.
It's plus 1,800.
Okay.
Yeah. So plus 1,800 for Justin Thomas. And I just feel like he's got it this week, man. He's looking to win a PGA Championship. He's been hitting the ball well. He's been playing well. He had a little tune-up last week, finished in the top 5. He's ready.
Okay. I mean, he is always one of those guys that can come out and win a major. We know he's got that kind of game. My winner went to, and this is kind of one of the favorites of the pod, mentioned him plenty of times. he went to college in Oklahoma. Can you take a gander as to who this is going to be? Well,
Victor
Oklahoma
Hovland?
State Cowboy, Victor Hovland. He is plus 2,500. Feel like that's a decent bet. The dude just hits it so well. He is great off the tee, drives it phenomenal. Hopefully he's not chipping a lot. He's well advertised as a horrible fucking chipper. But if he's hitting fairways, hitting greens, I could see him emerging and getting his first major victory. I think he's ready to win a major.
Love it. And shout out real quick, Nathan May. He said he'll be there on Friday and Saturday. Looking forward to it. Have
Hell
a
yeah.
blast, man. Have a couple of $18 beers for us if it's in the budget.
That humidity is going to give you the work, but if you're used to it, you know, I would be leaking.
Yeah. So
I'd be Elvis Merzlikins.
So my guy to top 10, I can't wait for him to be out of it. Everybody's talking about how he's out of it. He shoots 64 on Sunday, finishes well inside the top 10 like he does every major.
That's low.
Rory McIlroy plus 230 to top 10. I feel really good about that pick. If I
He's
picked
the
him to
king
win,
of-
he would let me down.
Yeah.
But picking him to top 10, I feel like is right in the perfect wheelhouse.
I like that. Yeah, you can't go wrong with Rory top 10 in a major. My top 10, Max Homa, another guy that I feel like,
Just riding the Homa train.
yeah, dude. Well, he's playing really good, clearly, and he really hasn't emerged yet at majors. I didn't pick him to win. I feel like there's a little bit of a tier between him and Hovland. You know, like Max Homa's like a diet Victor Hovland a little bit, and he's a little older. But I feel like it's his time to come out and make a little flash in the pan, make a strong showing at the PGA. He is plus 650 to top 10 at Southern Hills this week.
Love that. And my prop for you guys this week is going to be the winning margin of exactly 2, plus 340. Now, if this hits, great, but I'm hoping for less, hopefully not more. Hoping for less so that we get a fun Sunday live show here at the DNVR Bar. But I think the winning margin of 2 is it's like a fairly safe margin. Like Scheffler only won the Masters by 1, but that's because he 4-putted. Like a 3-putt was a fairly simple thing to do. I feel like 2 is like right in that wheelhouse, and
Yeah.
it is a favorite, if you will, of that bet. But I feel like 2 is a good number where it's like, all right, they're maybe up 2 and make an even par on the last hole coming in. I'm really hoping for a playoff, really hoping for an intense
nail
18th
biter.
hole. That will make our live show much more fun than sitting here and being like, oh, Scotty Scheffler just blew out the Masters again. You know,
Yeah.
it'll make it a lot more fun for us, so I'm hoping for that at plus 340.
Okay, I like that. I somehow I'm kind of playing favorites here. These are guys I frequently pick, but I had to mix in our boy cousin Cam to be the top Australian finisher, plus 175. I feel like he's kind of got that locked. I mean,
that.
Mark Leishman, Adam Scott, a couple other guys that could possibly do it, but I like Cameron Smith. He's just kind of head and shoulders above any other Australian, so I like him plus 175 on the DraftKings Sportsbook app to win the Australian PGA Championship. There's actually an Australian. This isn't it, but
This
out of
isn't
all
what
the
we're talking
Australians, he's going to be the best one this week. So
Perfect. So, real quick before we finish this live portion of the show, once again, if you're listening on the pod version, make sure to tune in for our interview with Matt Walker and find out how you can get signed up for some of these CGA events, member play days at these awesome courses if you're in Colorado or making a trip out here. Fairway or 4 from last week, I said it's super annoying when somebody calls you unannounced and your cell phone rings. I feel like that I can't really construe my point over Twitter. It ended up in a 50-50 lock. So 50% of the people don't care if their phone rings. Give your members at a golf course your cell phone number a few times, and you'll change your mind on that, guaranteed.
yeah.
Fairly simple. And then your fairway or 4 is Nick Wright's the worst national media personality in sports, 91% fairway. So great one there. Really got people on one side, especially the people that follow us and maybe some Denver fans. So my fairway or 4 this week is going to be, this happens to me everywhere I go, and still it drives me nuts. When I go to a restaurant, when I go to a sporting event, people just throw their fucking paper towels on top of the trash and let it slide off onto the ground.
Don't be that guy.
I will stick my hand with my paper towel into a trash can and push it down.
Hypothetically, I mean, everything should be clean in there, right? Like, as long as you didn't piss and immediately go get a paper towel and like clean your face off with it, and then I don't know. You know, in a perfect world, it should be a clean paper, just a trash can full of clean paper towels.
Exactly. Just like I believe a towel never gets dirty.
Don't be that asshole. Yeah. So that's fairway. Don't be that guy that just throws their paper towel on the ground or whatever. That's just flat out disrespectful. So my favorite 4 hits fairly close to home. I love carbohydrates. I eat every day like I'm running a marathon the next. How do you like your pasta al dente?
What does that mean?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Hard or soft?
Al dente is like a little more firm.
Oh, I'm gum it up, squish it up. I love.
Spencer's got a weird obsession with like gummy things.
Yeah.
Our mom used to have like this this rubber spatula, and Spencer used it as a chew toy for about 10 years of his like what is that? His childhood.
Yeah.
Just chewed on that thing.
So
It's disgusting.
I'm not a hard pasta guy.
I love al dente pasta. It just gives it a little more texture.
I think you just wanted to say al dente.
No, I like. Fuck off. No, I like pasta.
To show your vocabulary.
No,
gymnastics.
I have a very vast vocabulary, so don't shit talk.
All right, next time we go to an Italian restaurant, you have to
say but see the correct Italian places do make it al dente. That's how they serve it.
You don't have to ask for it.
Like you'd have to ask, can you make my shit American as possible? Can you just boil the fuck out of it and throw some tomato sauce on top?
I'm unapologetically
You eat like an
American.
8-year-old.
I do.
Okay, well that's my fairway 4.
All right, I'm a soft pasta guy. For those of you guys in the live show, we are peacing out. Have a great weekend. Go Avs. We'll talk to you guys on Sunday. For those of you guys listening to the podcast, stay on the line. We're gonna put our boy Matt Walker on. He's gonna tell you guys about the CGA. We're gonna tell you about our member play day this past week at Cherry Creek Country Club. Great venue. There's more to come this season. Enjoy the PGA Championship. We'll talk to you all from these same seats Sunday afternoon. Peace.